Hello, Shoido, Xrobau. That means hello, speakers of Xrobau. So if you speak in Xrobau, you're a Xrobau. Um, there's been lots of progress in Xrobau already again in the past few days or whatever. There's some new words that are about the process of language teaching and learning. Ahalde means X1 celebrates X2's language learning achievements, acknowledging their progress and expressing genuine pride and joy, strengthening the emotional bond and motivation in the language learning journey. Mi do ahalde ahoshahe. Um, Ahinzu means X1 creates a learning curriculum or study plan tailored to X2's needs and goals, showing care and investment in their linguistic development and forming an emotional connection through shared objectives. I like the idea that Xrobau being an affection language, that the word there's lots of words about like the process of teaching and learning Xrobau, which are also like Xrobau style words. Ahebbe means X1 encourages X2 to use the target language in everyday life, promoting immersion and providing emotional support as they navigate the challenges and joys of language learning. So these are like Xrobau style words, but like ahebbe is about like helping someone to start to use a language in their life more. These words. ChatGPT helped me invent these words, and I like them a lot. It's helping me to imagine like a world of Xrobau and how there could be a Xrobau community that uses nice Xrobau words to talk about teaching Xrobau. Abvel. I'm used to Abvel now. Abvel, I know what Abvel means. It means touching cheeks. Abvel. Aftihi winking. Aishru means to talk about a thing a way of physically interacting, but it's for deciding whether to do it. So I mean there's lots of you might not just use the word Aishlu like let's Aishlu. You might use it like you really gotta Aishlu. Make sure before doing anything you Aishlu. So it could be like a word to talk about the process, like not while you're in the middle of doing it. To Aishumi is to apply heat to yourself at a place. The X2 is where you put the heat, such as a hot water bottle or warm compress to soothe pain or tension. Irony is to put something warm on yourself to help yourself feel better. I'm Ra to give butterfly kisses. X1 butterfly kisses X2 at locus X3. So X3 is where on X2, X1 flutters their eyelashes on. Ainra is just regular old feet tickling. Ainra is a basic thing. Ainra, make sure you Eichlu before you Ainra. Not everybody wants to be Ainra. Sometimes people find it pleasurable, and sometimes they find it pleasurable to be Se'ainra, even if when they're Se'ainra, they are like, "Oh, don't stop." They might be liking, but don't just be like, "Oh, well, that's just the thing where they in a deeper level they like you should Eichlu before you Einra." Okay, Axe is the very first word I ever made in this list anyway. It means to pet. You put your head on the front of their head and slowly move it to the back. Axe. Axe means like to pet once, and then amjaho means to repeatedly. So if you say axe, if you say that you amjaho axe, then that's like petting over and over. But amjaho is any sort of repeated touch is to amjaho someone. Amgoy is the surge of joy and happiness when you're tickled by someone. You amgoy someone if they einra and you are enjoying it, then you amgoy them. Experience a surge in happiness when playfully tickled by them. So you want to einra people in a way that makes them amgoy you. So that makes sense. I don't be tickled. Is that what we say in English? But be tickled does that. You only amgoy if you actually experience a surge of joy and happiness. If you're like, I really don't like this, then you're not amgoy. So it's like be tickled, then enjoy it, I guess. Arzo. Arzo is elbow nudging. Basic things. These are just basic words. To nudge playfully with your elbow as a sign of friendship. So, I mean, there's various elbow nudgings in the world. And arzo is a sort of elbow nudging that's like, hey, I like you. Atrao. To express gratitude and appreciation towards someone for their friendship and affection is to atrao them. Aukna means to feel a strong emotional attachment to, often described as a feeling of being drawn towards. Aukna. So these are various words about feeling about people and relating to people. Aongi means to experience a sense of respect or admiration towards X2, often due to their personal qualities or achievements. Aongi, it's a certain sort of respect. It's a lot like yonmo, but aongi is maybe there's a little bit of different flavor in aongi. We'll see. Azmao. X1 feels a growing fondness and affection for X2 and wants to continue to deepen their relationship. So azmao is something you can feel, and you can just be talking about how you feel and feel azmao. But it could be a useful word if you're talking, it's about the trajectory of a relationship. If you're like, I am feel like we're growing closer and I would like to keep getting closer, you can talk to someone about azmao them. But because they might not azmao you, so that is a sensitive sort of conversation. To brea is to touch yourself, trying to satisfy your own touch needs, but it's not really working. Like, you don't really need self-touch. There could be a different word like to self-touch and it totally works and you feel great afterwards. But brea is when you're like self-touching and it's not like really working. It's just the best you have at the moment. Bloye is to feel a sense of contentment and fulfillment when you engage in physical touch with. So to bloye is it's not the immediate like feeling good, like, ooh, this feels good, this touch, but like a deeper contentment, fulfillment, happiness that happens as you're touching the sebloye. Brozu. Brozu is X1 feels an overwhelming sense of gratitude towards X2 for their love and support, often accompanied by tears or a feeling of warmth in the chest. I mean, you don't really have to cry every time you brozu, but that's like what it is. It's like you're so grateful to them. Wow, it's awesome. Thank you so much. I brozu you. Bohenbu means to X1 bites X2 very lightly on their X3, trying to be playful and give them an interesting, pleasurable sensation, but without hurting them. So you're not like trying to cause someone pain when you bohenbu. It's not like playing with the pain of biting them. It's more just trying to give them a slightly sharp sensation that's meant to be, interesting and pleasurable and playful, is to bohenbu. There are other sorts of biting on people other than bohenbu. Bohipha. X1 feels the sense of vulnerability and openness that arises from letting someone touch you in a way that requires a great deal of trust and intimacy. Like, you can bohenbu, but don't hurt me. I'm bohipha right now. I'm feeling very vulnerable, open, trusting you with this. Buhurmi means to be X1 is naked in X2's presence in a way that expresses and engenders intimacy, affection, vulnerability, and openness. Buhurmi. Shahorfa. X1 experiences a deep longing for physical contact, often due to prolonged periods of touch deprivation. So that's like touch hunger or touch starvation. Shahorfa. Shveyu. X1 experiences a pleasant, soothing sensation of warmth and contentment from a gentle touch from X2. So like Like it's you you someone when the way they touched you made you feel like so you're like me the you. Okay, I don't know, and there's so many. Just going over a few of them. But here, this is an illustration of glika. Glika means to rub your nose against someone's nose. And I didn't ask for glika. I was asking for something else, but it came out with this picture of these wolves glika. So I made that an illustration of glika. That's just a few of the words there are so far. There's going to be so many words. We'll never keep up, but we can keep trying. Am I doing those things about encouraging the language learner? I hopefully I am celebrating your achievements and encouraging and all this nice language teaching things. That's nice. I feel encouraged by those words to do the encouraging things they say.